For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now in the state, turn us on. If the feeling is right, every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. I am a 26-year-old piece of gold, the messiah of the microphone, and the greatest sports or recreational sports entertainment podcaster in the world today. I am joined by the current reigning, defending, 13 or 14 times the Bulletcast podcast champion of the universe, because you know that's a name somebody gave it. Brandon Tanguma, BT. It's Thursday. You know what that means. How you doing?
Doing just fine, Phillip. Another lovely edition of the Bulletcast. Doing fine, fantastic. Little hurt, a little limp. I hurt my thigh during my lovely baseball excursions, but we got a bye week this week because of Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. Shout out Jesus. And so I'm a little gimpy, but I'll be fine. I'm a defending champion. Even when I'm hurt, I'll still defend the title, but not right now, later. For sure.
Yes. Like I said, I am taking a step back from the championship because I realized I don't need that in my life to be happy. But he is back with us, ladies and gentlemen, back from retrieving his championship. Not the Bulletcast title, but the one that was in some dude's house. Back from his WrestleMania excursion and trip. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Tronic has returned to the Bulletcast. He didn't big league us, brother.
Yes, I'm back. Phillip, Brandon, so glad to be back. It feels good. It feels right.
It does feel right. The dynamic trio is back together again. Brian, so we wanted a live, kind of feel of what was going on when you went to retrieve your championship. So, I mean, tell us what happened, what went down, how did it go? Was there a struggle? Did Cindy give him a bionic elbow and tell him to reach and shoot for the sky, daddy? Did she tell him to go home on a bicycle? Like what happened?
Well, it was very easy. It
was a peaceful transfer of power.
Absolutely, okay. Very peaceful,
as it should be.
It was like home again. We chatted, about the accomplishments and things to come, for what he's got going on, what I got going on. It was great. It was good. Felt good about it, and I was finally happy to be reunited with my championship. It's missing a little diamond there, but it's okay. We'll get him fixed up, and but for the most part, still intact, still nice. Those signatures though, yeah. So about that.
About what?
Wait,
this thing it had signatures on it.
Yeah.
Did the signatures fade away and classify themselves as obsolete?
He wiped the book. Wait, who signed it?
Not anyone really that big. Christian. I don't know. I was literally having anybody sign it when I had it. Okay. Because I went to my first WrestleMania with it, so I was literally having everybody at Access sign it. But not anyone who I guess you could say I would be tripping off of the fact that they're gone now. It's just like, okay, well, I couldn't even tell before he had it. I could barely tell whose was who anyways.
Okay.
That whole weekend was a blur. So like I said, I was just having people sign it like every meet and greet. Can you sign my belt? Okay, cool.
Okay. All right.
But it's back. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can, shout out West Coast. Hopefully I can get West Coast to, put a little stank on it for me,
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We seeing him tomorrow night. So tell us about WrestleMania, man. Tell us about the experience. You accompanied Baby Hubert.
Hubert.
Yes.
It was good.
You accompanied him. Tell us.
I did. It was good. I had a good time. It was surreal. It was fanned out, marked out, all the above, everything you want to think of and call it. I was super starstruck. during the press junket, you know, seeing the Raw Women's Champion at the time, Becky Lynch, the phenomenal AJ Styles called me phenomenal. That was cool. Imperium, Braun Breaker, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn walking right past me. And then of course seeing a lot of the other media outlets out there that I, you know, that I on the regular have interactions with on social media. That was cool. But being there for Taker's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, for Shad Gaspard, I did tear up. I did cry. Being able to witness that live was a really great experience. And then WrestleMania, I mean, being up there in the press box with Wi-Fi and a charger, being able to take as many pictures and videos as I want, and then going out on the floor during, you know, Cody coming back, and the Queen City Charlotte Flair retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship, and ultimately being there for the main event of night one, Stone Cold Kevin Owens. That was also cool. And you can also see me and Baby Hewitt if you go to night one on Peacock at the 3-hour and 19-minute mark. See you boys, you know what I'm saying? You see me with my what did I have on that night?
Clothes?
Did I have on Needle Mover? I had on the Needle Mover shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
All right. For sure. That's what's up, man. We're glad you got to experience that. But you know, when it's in LA, you know, we're gonna be doing it up.
You doing it up
for the culture. We're gonna hit for the culture at GCW. We're gonna hit Wale Mania. We're gonna be doing it all up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah. Speaking of GCW, I went to GCW this past Sunday. Yeah, it was tight. You know, there were a lot of people that couldn't make it, you know, due to flights and stuff like that. They really enticed me. I thought Jared was going to be there to run in on Effie, but that didn't happen. Got to see Allie Catch. I thought she was gargantuan. I thought she was a giant. Not that tall. I'm like, oh, okay. Got to meet Joey Janela, the bad boy. Shout out, you know, super nice dude.
AEW original.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Got to see some NorCal favorites. Titus Alexander and Midas Creed have their GCW debut due to people not showing up. So a lot of cool stuff happened. They will be back July 17th, so that's gonna be something. But yeah, man, it was a nice little experience. You guys got to go to GCW, man. Brandon, you have to go to GCW.
I know I wanted to go to GCW, but I had the game, and then, you know, I got hurt. But, you know, one of these days they be coming here to LA sometimes. Hopefully they come back to San Francisco later in the year, possibly. So
July 17th.
There you go, July. Birthday present.
That's an ugly day though. So I won't be there. I won't be there. But yeah, let's talk about SmackDown. So Roman Reigns said that he would address his next step on SmackDown. And he said it's time for the Bloodline to hold all the gold. So he wants the Usos to take the Raw Tag Team Championships away from RK Bro. Shinsuke comes out there. Shinsuke gets double super kicked. And yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I'm excited for Shinsuke. And I agree with Roman. The Bloodline needs to just go ahead and just get the rest of the titles. Get them all. Merge, unify the tag titles. Usos go take care of that. But Nakamura, I'm so happy that he's, you know, hopefully we can get a singles match out of this, one or two. And, you know, I'm happy finally. But the unifying the titles, why not?
Yeah, Brennan and I have been a proponent of this for quite some time. You see, the pay-per-views like running too long. That's what people claim. So unify the titles so that doesn't happen. I mean, they had a solution when they were running, you know, 2 pay-per-views, a month for Raw and SmackDown, which it wasn't that bad, honestly. There's a pay-per-view every 2 weeks. I loved it. It was fantastic. Yeah. Miss those times. Brandon, what are your thoughts on the Tribal Chief's next step?
Well, you know, I love less titles. Whether it be the Usos and RK Bro or whatever combination it would be, I would assume the tag match would be fantastic, because I think the tag team division in WWE is kind of like in a good place right now. It's always very top heavy where they have like maybe 4 teams. You wish they had like maybe 6 or 8 teams, but they got a good group going with Roman and Shinsuke. I mean, I love the Charlie Brown with the football metaphor, but I keep wanting to get excited for Shinsuke being like in a main event top tier level, and I've just been excited and disappointed too many times for me to get excited for this time. But hopefully, with Roman, being such a big deal in WWE right now, that hopefully Shinsuke can get something. This is more like a Kevin Owens type feud than a Cesaro type feud, where it's only just a one-off and Roman goes off to do his next thing, because then we have like Money in the Bank, we have SummerSlam kind of creeping up on us kind of sooner rather than later. The Cody thing is still out there. We don't know what Cody's going to be doing when he's going to challenge for one or both of those titles. So, I mean, I'm intrigued to see what they can get out of Shinsuke, but also we've seen this too many times for me to think it's going to be New Japan main event Shinsuke in WWE.
You never know. Something might get triggered inside Shinsuke. People step up their A game when they're in there with the tribal chief.
Or even if they're even thinking about it from like this may be the last opportunity I get to, show my worth and prove that, I belong in this, situation and at the top in the main event.
I think over time people are going to come close, but obviously not beat Roman until we get that so-called person. I heard Sam Roberts say it, and I mean I've been preaching this for quite some time, that Roman doesn't lose those championships or that title until he's beaten The Rock. And there was an Easter egg of that on Young Rock this week. So hey man, honestly, that could be the case. Could you imagine the pop at the Raw after WrestleMania if Roman has to defend the title and somebody beats him? Yeah, that could be.
Whenever it happens, it will be a big moment when the person beats Roman for the titles. It's just always what you do after the fact. Like anybody can beat Roman for the title, but you need to capitalize on the whatever time it'd be at that point, 3-4 years of effort you put into Roman's title reign.
Could the cash in be used for that? Like let's say they pull a Seth Rollins and they cash it in after not during the match. Let's say they cash it in after Roman beats Rock. What if they do something like that?
Could happen. I think Cody should be the favorite for Money in the Bank. I think also there is a 4th of July episode of Raw this year, and we all know how much Cody loves America. I mean, I'm just saying, Cody cashing in on 4th of July for the title his daddy never won brings a tear to my eye.
That could be Mage. Liv Morgan defeated Sasha Banks, earning some momentum going into that women's tag title match, which is going to happen this coming Monday now, right? Correct?
Yep.
Because Rhea's in protocol.
Protocol, brother. Yep. So we shall see what's up with that. And then Lacey Evans is now a babyface. Hell of a promo, a segment, telling her life story. Yeah, man. I think I think this is the best thing for Lacey Evans to do. I think we went to the extent of the Southern Belle character, and when she left, it wasn't the best thing going. Honestly, it was not pretty. What are your thoughts on Lacey Evans now being a face of baby? Brian Tronic.
I like it. It looks like they're going with what her original. I guess when she was in NXT, I know she cut a promo similar to this. I don't know if it was exactly the same, but when, I guess in promo class, when they were trying to figure out the Lacey Evans character, I think this is originally what she was wanting to go with. So yeah, I think it'll work. It's natural. I think she really does feel everything and going through and has been through everything she said in that promo. So it'll be interesting. I think, what is it, like Lacey Evans maybe, could be a threat to what's her name?
Your girl.
Queen City. My favorite, the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Maybe the
greatest
wrestler.
Over Trish?
Yeah, I gotta say.
See,
Over AJ Lee.
Over Mandy Rose?
Absolutely.
Over
See-
Nikita Lyons.
Yes.
Over Last Legend?
Yes.
See, I have this inner battle where I think, because obviously Trish has always been my favorite, but then I'm like, man, Charlotte might be my new favorite women's wrestler of all time. And then obviously Sasha does something and she creeps in. Like, it's just this battle, I'm battling a storm. It's the threesome talk we talked about, right, Brandon? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't listen to last week's episode?
I did, but I don't think I caught that conversation.
Oh, Brandon gave a very in-depth description.
A threesome doesn't have to be a sexual thing. It's just a group of three. Like, we're in a threesome right now.
Yes, this is a Bully Cat
Absolutely.
threesome. This is a digital audio threesome.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
For your ears.
It's your first threesome with 2 other guys. How do you feel?
Great.
All right. Okay. Last call. But we'll see where Lacey Evans can go. Outside of the ring, WWE is going to be returning to the UK. So September 3rd, they're going to be in the UK for an event. I assume it's going to be a stadium show. And
Premium live event.
Yeah, a stadium show, premium live event, absolutely. At Cardiff's, what is this? Principality Stadium. So, what can we expect? What can we expect?
No clue. I hope it's an actual like pay-per-view premium live event, like a canon show, and not just like a souped-up house show for the UK.
I don't know, man. When they did the Super Showdown in Australia, that was a good show.
September 3rd is a Saturday.
Yeah. So
Gunther versus the Tribal Chief.
So wait, is All Out going to be the next day? Because I know they're running Sundays now. AEW.
So Drew McIntyre is kind of like the top guy over there on SmackDown. You want to run?
Going to be him or Gunther, man.
Roman and Drew in Wales. That could be a big deal.
That could be something. I see Gunther like winning the IC title. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Over there, like let Ricochet have a decent little run or something. I don't know.
Bring back the European title.
Right, man.
Bring back D'Lo. D'Lo's not with Impact anymore. The greatest European champion of all time, D'Lo.
Man, he wasn't he Eurocontinental champion also?
Exactly.
Okay. Congrats are in order for Carmella and Corey Graves. They got married. What are your thoughts?
Congrats on the sex, guys.
Hey, yo.
I love Corey and Carmella. I do.
Have you been watching the YouTube show?
I have.
I have not. I haven't checked this out yet. No, reality TV is a bust, or it's bussing. The Kardashians are back.
Kardashians are going to be on Disney Plus, aren't they?
The Kardashians are going to be on Disney Plus.
That's what I seen an ad for it. Right.
Okay. They taking over. Congrats are also in order for Alexa Bliss. She married pop star Ryan Cabrera. She had NSYNC, or not even NSYNC, just Sync at her wedding because Justin Timberlake wasn't there. It looked like it was a fun little party. Congrats, Alexa. Also, Curtis Axel, Joe Henning's the real name, son of Mr. Perfect. He tried out for a producer role in WWE. What are your thoughts on Mr. Perfect's son possibly becoming a producer in World Wrestling Entertainment?
He had a tryout, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a tryout this past Raw.
Okay. Surprised. How old is he? Is he old?
He's 30 something. Brandon, this is what he's here for. This is why
that's the only thing I'm good for is Googling.
No.
He is
38.
42.
Really?
Okay.
So
he's up there. Brandon's STG, Stat Guy Tanguma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of a mouthful, but
all right.
Kind of.
We can't take the Stat Guy Greg thing.
Sorry.
Stat Guy Guma.
Stat Guy Guma.
As I'm watching Wendy Chu dose Toxic Attraction with water. Good times.
Yes.
All right.
Love to see it.
This day in wrestling, SmackDown 2005, John Cena debuts the Spinner WWE Championship. It holds a special place in my heart. Obviously, I grew up with it. You know, Brian, you're of a different generation. What were your thoughts on the Spinner Championship when it debuted?
I liked it. It was cool because I was a big 50 Cent fan and I loved the spinning G Unit piece. So it was cool. It was very flashy, very cool. I didn't really like the Undisputed Championship model, like the way it looked.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Hot take.
You're the I think you're the first person to ever say that.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, Cena didn't like it either. He thought it was boring. People hated the title because they thought the World Championship shouldn't spin like a toy. It was just it was an interesting time, but I mean, people got used to it.
I enjoyed the US spinner, so I almost like when he debuted the WWE title, I was like, what? Let's go.
Raw on this day in 2008, Triple H defeated John Bradshaw Layfield. It was I think a blow off to something we had been waiting for since like 2004, something like that. I don't know. Marina Shafir is 34 years old, and shout out Lita. She is 47.
Well, happy birthday, Marina.
Happy birthday, Lita.
Happy birthday, Lita.
We don't got the Marina Shafir match on the script for AEW, but what the hell was that match?
What was her music? What was her music?
I don't know what she was going for. I kind of liked her like in NXT, and she's like a 4 horsewoman, and I think she's good. I just don't know what she was trying to do there. She was like staring off into the distance, and then she like awkwardly, like it probably was just like a wardrobe malfunction, but she like grabbed her boobs and like fixed her thing, like when the camera was like right up in here. It was very weird.
I seen that. I was like, what is she doing? I honestly forgot.
I barely paid attention. I barely paid attention to
You're
that.
too busy watching Sky Blue for reasons.
Sky Blue.
You're thirsty.
You mean AEW's Cora Jade?
Oh.
Jesus. Oh my God. Let's go to the fan mail, guys. Oh my God. Let's go to it. No, that is still there. That's nice. Robert Walker. I've been thinking who else could have worked with Johnny Knoxville on the storyline in his match at WrestleMania. Maybe The Miz? Yeah, why not? Miz could do the I'm a real celebrity thing. Yeah, I think if it wasn't Sammy, it could have been Miz.
Mm-hmm. Could have been Kevin too.
Roman Reigns.
All right. This guy. This guy.
It could have been Kevin Owens too.
All right. But why do you say Roman, Brandon?
Oh, Johnny Knoxville was a main event talent anywhere in the world.
This is why you're not hosting the show, respectfully.
I do think Seth Rollins could have had a fun time with it if you like switched, Sami Zayn for Cody and Seth Rollins for Johnny. I think it would have worked out well.
I guess. Well, we'll see. Who 420?
Who?
Mates, a buddy of mine asked me, is Cody versus Rollins the meaning of WrestleMania Backlash? The true meaning of WrestleMania Backlash? Yes, it is. Rematches from WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Light. WrestleMania, Diet WrestleMania, whatever you want to call it.
Do you think we'll get Shinsuke and Roman on WrestleMania Backlash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we heard about Roman's shoulder? Like, is that legit or not? Because he seemed fine on SmackDown.
I think he was just selling. He was just selling.
No, that thing was out.
Well, if you see, I watched it back and you can hear Roman telling Paul like it popped out.
Have you seen the photo though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like it popped baback in. I guess he's all right now.
I think he's fine.
Yeah. All right. Dan, what other announcement could Tony Khan possibly have? Did he buy another company? Is he introducing another title or belt? They say belt. Or did he sign yet another wrestler? No.
Selfishly, I hope it's like an HBO Max deal.
I mean, yeah.
It could, because I have HBO Max and, it'd be fun just to not spend more money.
Of course.
It could be, a talent signing. It could be, an announcement of like a stadium show or AEW going to the UK or something like that. I think it's once again, kind of a business type announcement. I say UK because they haven't, they stayed in the States. They're going to across the pond.
Bro, they better come here before they go to the UK. Jesus. They're gonna run that stadium WWE is running the next night for All Out. That's gonna be the announcement.
It'll be all worth it if like California gets like full gear or something. It'll be worth it.
Please come on. Alfie Lewis, WWE 2K22 has been out for over a month now. What y'all think? I like it. I'm a fan. I got my own stuff going on there. I started messing with the My Rise. I've been watching videos to kind of see what to expect. I'll tap into it. Have not touched Showcase yet, and I realized I got to do that to unlock some stuff because I really want that Eddie Guerrero model from back in the day. I want that 08 Kane model and that Cyber Sunday Arena, and Dominic is Well, Brian, what are your thoughts?
I love it. It's fun. My Rise is very fun. It takes a little bit of getting used to it first, just because it's not your typical. Like, you have so many choices in My Rise. Like, you can go to different locations and talk to this person and set up a match. You can literally switch between different brands at any given time sometimes, like whether you're being traded or, whether your contract is up or whatever. But like it happens. You can, like, you don't just go to one brand and then play for a period of time and then go to another brand and play for a period of time and then go to WrestleMania and then the game's over. Like, it's, they made it a little bit flexible for
you. Have heel storylines, you have babyface storyline.
Yes.
So you're gonna be playing for quite a while. So I have a question for you. So, like, when you wrestle that dude in Japan, you can't just have that arena?
I don't think so.
And when you wrestle homie in Mexico, you can't have that arena?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, see, you should be able to have those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and especially the character models. That's another thing that was disappointing to me was you instead of T-Bar, Dominic Dijakovic, you can't get him. There was other people that you couldn't get as well. I can't name off the top of my head, but like different character models, different versions of
the Shawn Michaels, like the updated one with the short hair.
Yeah.
I think you can download it though.
You definitely can download it
on the community curations.
Yeah,
like that.
Same with Road Dogg.
Yeah, so I mean, you get it. Yeah, I mean, technically you get it, but
yeah,
I don't know whether, or maybe they'll put it in a patch for all that to be fixed, or throw them in the DLC. Mm-hmm. I forgot the DLC's coming.
Yes, a lot of DLCs coming in the next few months.
It is a lot of DLCs coming. So we're gonna go over to in Brightest Day X.
Mr. X.
And Brandon is going to read the first one. It's being sent right over to you, buddy.
Seems like a lot of reading. Okay, here we go. Clicking on the messages. Let's open up the messages. Here we go. I don't understand the reason for all the recent name changes for called up talent. NXT has been on network TV for the last couple of years now. They've even had main roster stars frequently appearing on the show to get eyes on it. They almost act like no one watches, so it's okay. No one will notice. What's done is done, but it just don't see the need for it. Amen, Mr. X. I completely agree with you. I don't know what's up with all these name changes.
Why do you agree?
Well, I understand it's for like naming rights and all these other things, but
I mean, we had this conversation, right? We had this conversation. Piper Niven, great talent on the UK. She changed her name to Doudrop. She was in the main event. She was having multiple seg matches with one of the top women in the company.
She's like Bianca Belair's personalized jobber.
I mean, that's not the point. The point is she was in the main event with the world champion, and she was having multiple seg matches on TV, being trusted to go in there and have a banger with one of the top talent in the company, So, I mean,
I think
Butch. No. Butch. Now, Pete Dunne, UK champion, did stuff in NXT. Sure, cool. Changed his name to Butch. His group beat the New Day, one of the best tag teams of all time, in under 2 minutes.
And he's the Scrappy Doo of WWE.
So, I mean, can you really be upset?
I think that they are changing the names of the rest of the black and gold era. I don't think they plan on doing that for the 2.0 batch. Mind you, we haven't gotten any real true 2.0 batch to come over to the main roster. These are all guys who were still under Triple H, who were, former black and gold guys. So yeah, those guys are going to undergo name changes, because if it don't work out, look at Adam Cole, look at Kyle O'Reilly, look at Bobby Fish, look at, everybody else who came over and didn't have their name changed, and then they just go somewhere else, and boom, it's exactly what it was, what you said, Brandon. Like the naming, they want the rights, they want to own it. So if they got to tweak your last name or cut your last name off or your first, or just change it altogether, then that's what they're gonna do.
But what's the point? You have Raquel Gonzalez. She's been in NXT for so long. Mm-hmm. Yes, her last name I believe is Gonzalez, but you knew that before you made the name and did the trademarks and everything. Then you put her on SmackDown, change it to Rodriguez or whatever the hell, and then you just pretend like, oh, that was her name the entire time, when she's been on NXT for years. We're just gonna completely ignore all that stuff. Yeah, just like how we ignore like Charlotte's NXT history.
Bro, y'all act like name changes don't happen anywhere else. They changed Will Hobbs' name.
I mean,
and I wasn't a big fan of that either, but
God. This happens. Like it is what it is.
When Six went and became X-Pac, he didn't debut in WWE as Six. He was X-Pac. Right?
Did they acknowledge he was 1, 2, 3 kid?
No. And WCW didn't acknowledge that he was 1, 2, 3 kid either.
I mean, they do this for a reason, because like when Hulk Hogan left, he was still Hulk Hogan. Why? Because he owned the name. And could you imagine to have Vince, your biggest star left with his name? No.
I mean, look what stuff like that did, though. Hogan was able to leave and go be Hulk Hogan elsewhere. Flair was able to leave and go be Flair elsewhere. Macho Man was able to leave, go be Macho Man elsewhere. And those were big star names.
There's the rarity where, like, I think Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, those are their real names. Yes. Adam Cole is not his real name, but he owns it. Samoa Joe owns his name. Styles owns his name. So, there are those rarities. But, hey, man, if you come in as an indie talent, there are chances are your name is going to be changed. That's just the nature of the beast. I mean, like I said, if it works out and they're main eventing and doing big things in their careers, then does the name change really matter?
If wrestlers were really independent contractors, shouldn't they technically be able to have the rights and keep their own names and use the names they want to use?
Well, but once you sign that WWE contract, all that's going away.
Oh, okay. So then they're not independent contractors.
They're independent employees.
Oh, okay.
Of contracts.
But that don't get health care and benefits. And,
they get all that.
All that. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Is AEW giving out health care?
We still don't even know what's going on with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that Cody left, we don't need to talk about that anymore.
No. Let's talk about it.
AEW wrestlers get to keep their names. They go to independence and they can make money elsewhere.
Bruh, they changing names. What are you talking about?
Like what?
Powerhouse Hobbs. I could have swore somebody else's name has changed.
Technically, Swerve's name has changed.
Well, I mean, that was his decision. Or maybe it was
his
Tony
decision.
Khan.
Isn't that a novel idea?
Or maybe it was Tony Khan's. It was
all Tony Khan's.
Because Swerve, when he first left WWE, he was going to go by Swerve the Realist, not Strickland. He said Strickland was dead.
But Swerve Strickland, like, people still, like, they know it and stuff like that. Yeah, man, it is what it is. I mean, name changes happened in TNA. Like, what? Like, Matt and Nick Jackson, they were what? When they were Generation Me, they were Matt and Jeremy Buck or something like that, right? Like, name changes happen. Selena Vega,
they weren't the Young Bucks in Impact for 5 years, and then you bring them up to Real Impact, and then you change them to Generation Me.
Okay. Name changes happen in the business. That's the point.
honestly think that it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen with. I think 2.0 is gonna be different. I think Vince is naming all the 2.0 people who he wants them to be, so that they can be prepared to be who they are.
It's all
on the main
Hogan's fault,
roster.
dude. It's all Hogan's fault.
How dare he be a very successful wrestler? Move on to a different company.
Just blame Hulk Hogan. Brian, I've sent you the next question. You're up. Better up. How's that? Can I come be an umpire now?
Sure. I mean, the umpires that we have are very trash. So
I
it
gotta,
doesn't take much.
You're playing Sunday, right? What time?
Sunday's Easter, buddy.
Sunday is Easter. Oh, my bad.
You know, come in like 2-3 weeks. We're playing at a pretty good ballpark in like 3 weeks. You can come by there.
Okay. I mean, I'm
the EVP of the Bullet Caps was a starting pitcher this past week. He did pretty well.
Michael Marks is not a baseball player. You're thinking of Lil Durst.
Oh, sorry, Lil Durks.
Yeah,
Durks.
Lil Durst.
Sorry.
You've read the message, Brian. What are we talking?
Okay, so listen. I'm gonna read it right now. And I quote: "While it's cool seeing the ROH titles defended on prime time TV, should it become special occasion only type of thing once a TV deal is secured for the legendary promotion?" He says, "I personally want AEW and Ring of Honor to be as separate as they can under Tony Khan's watch. I don't want to see the AEW logo plastered all over Ring of Honor TV and vice versa." You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I wish I understand we're kind of in a in-between period right now, so you can have some ROH seep into AEW, but Friday on Rampage, they have an AEW championship match between, Texas Death Match, arguably one of the biggest TV matches they've had in months. It had like a 1-2 minute video package, and that was it. Now, I'm not saying because of the ROH thing, that's the reasoning, but like AEW needs to do a better job at kind of taking care of its own ship before you start doing like ROH things too.
This is why Vince just should have bought the company. We could have had the tape library, and yeah.
You're part of WWE now. Congratulations.
I mean, we on the cock. We could have had the tape library.
You're the
what? Yes, the big black one. I know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. But
Bag gave you some room.
Hey, it's on site. But I mean, yeah, I do want it to be as separate as possible. Honestly, like let's see how Tony Khan really is at this promoting thing. Like keep AEW going the way it's going. I mean, I do have qualms with it, but like just give Ring of Honor a completely different feel and vibe. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Last one from Mr. X, and then we can get going. What's one of the, let's say, interesting things you've done to show your appreciation for a pro wrestler? When I was 25, which was 14 years ago now. What does that make Mr. X? Almost 40? Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out Mr. X. I actually shaved designs in my beard like Jeff Hardy. The way his beard looks now is how I had mine cut. And I actually kept it.
Do that.
I actually kept it that way for about 6 months, if memory serves. Let me think. What's one of the, let's say, interesting things you've done to show your appreciation for a pro wrestler? I don't know. Do you guys have any?
I used to does it count if I'm younger? Like,
yeah, that's fine.
I used to put a shirt on my head, and I used to get it soaking wet and put it on my head. Like it was like a little small shirt to make myself look like I had a mullet, like Chris Benoit.
Pegasus Kid?
Pegasus Kid, yes. I used to get a marker and write the number 4 on the side, like he had on his trunks, because I wanted to be a part of the 4 Horsemen. I used to put clip-on skeleton, the clip-on skeleton earrings that you would get during Halloween.
Yeah.
I used to put those on my ear like I was Shawn Michaels.
Brandon, you got anything?
No, those are very good answers, Brian. And unfortunately, I can't really think of anything that's really coming to my head. I mean, I know like the only time I've ever like brought myself to actually make a sign to bring to a show, I made one for like Daniel Bryan and Josh Reddick, because they were, if you guys remember, this was back in the day, like 2012, 2013. They were like in some sort of like beard off. Josh Reddick's a baseball player. He had a big beard. He's a big wrestling fan. And I made like a sign, and I was I was too big of a baby to really like hold it up, even though I'm like 18 or whatever at this point. And the A's were actually right there at the Oakland arena. It was a fun time. So that's like the only time I've like gotten so much emotionally invested that I actually made a sign.
I mean, I've made the Jeff Hardy armbands as a kid, cutting up my mom's socks. Did stuff like that. I'll throw it back to Razor Ramon. Shout out Scott Hall. I did the toothpick thing for a period of time, walked in and out of buildings like him. I even used to do I'm so scared with the fingers and the gimmick. Yeah, that's I guess that's that.
I made some signs.
I have one. I found one.
Okay.
So it actually just happened a couple weeks ago at WrestleMania when Stone Cold came out to hand a can of whoop ass to Vince McMahon one last time and help out Pat McAfee. Your boy was drinking seltzers because I was trying to watch my health. But because Stone Cold came out, I show my appreciation to Stone Cold. I had to go run and just guzzle like 2 beers back to back because that's what Stone Cold said so.
Yeah, but I actually made signs. If you go back and watch the Monday Night Raw before the SummerSlam, where Cena and the Nexus, going head to head, you actually can see me in the crowd. I had a Bret the Hitman Hart sign. And then I had a sign that said "Human Jar of Mayo" for Sheamus. I just want to talk about my signs, but yeah, they were pretty cool. You can see me on the show. I'm right there. I got a Nexus shirt on too.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw. The Usos were on Raw. The Ones was on Monday Night Raw. RK Bro had dismantled Alpha Academy. Street Profits come out. The Usos beat the Street Profits. I guess are the Profits turning heel? Because did Angelo just try to attack Riddle and whatever that was? And Randy gets a double super kick, and the Usos hold up all the tag team championships to close the show.
Beautiful,
fantastic.
That's a beaut, man.
Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a time filler of like half hour of good wrestling. As I said, the top end of WWE tag teams right now is clicking. They got a good group. I mean, Usos and New Day can have a good match in their sleep, and RK Bro is kind of hitting off, and it's been a surprise of how well they've actually been doing. And I mean, you can tell that Randy Orton's having a lot of fun, and it just kind of takes it to another level when Randy's like committed and having a good time, and you can see that. And I'm, whether it's at Backlash or whenever they want to unify the titles or try to unify the titles, I think it should be interesting. I'm not saying they need to do this, but I think an interesting story would be the Usos try to do it, but they lose. And then Roman gets disappointed because right now the bloodline has always been, on top, and they've been really running hot for these past couple months. It will be interesting to kind of tweak it a little bit to maybe have Roman be the angry uncle to the Usos and kind of, beat them down a little bit.
Okay. All right. That intrigues me. All right.
Because I mean, we had the Uso thing, and then one of them got into the DUI, and they just kind of dropped that. So maybe they can go back to it.
That's a possibility. You have any thoughts, Brian?
No.
Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins 2 has been made official. Cody was on Miz TV. He said belt and wrestler. Miz corrected him, which is such a Miz thing to do. Superstar. And then Cody beat Miz. And yeah. Now we're going to be getting this.
Yeah, have the mid-card heel be the representative for your company and all your cult words that you always use. That's a great idea, WWE. But I digress.
What do you guys? I'm sorry.
Mid-card heel, the only 2-time Grand Slam champion in this company's history. How dare you?
Sorry, Miz.
When his hand goes
got a
up,
great
your mouth
reality
goes
show.
shut.
You know, he does have a better reality show than Cody does. I will give him that.
Oh, hey. Roads to the Top was fantastic.
But it's no Ms. and Mrs. I mean, there's no Margeau. Shout out Margeau.
I mean, what happened to, is that coming? Is that still on? Like, what happened to Total Divas? Like, what happened to all this other
I need
stuff?
Brian
the
Danielson
divas-
on Total Bellas.
All the divas are gone.
They can still
They got no more
wouldn't you love
divas.
to see Bianca Belair and Montez Ford on Total Divas?
Oh God, they'd have to rename it.
Or Total Crawfords? Because
Total Women Superstars.
that's the shoot name.
Yeah.
The King and Queen of Belair. Yeah, there we go.
Total women superstars. What was I about to say?
I have no idea.
I was about to say Cody wrote. What do you guys think that they plan to have him redo all those gifts? You know, the one of him doing this, and then the one where he was in the ring and he was cutting this promo and he was about to cry and he was like,
He already did that.
"Huh? No, I know. I'm saying, do you? No, I know, but I'm saying, do you think that it was
that's
WWE's idea to recreate those?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they can own it all.
Yeah. Why not? Do it. I'm a fan.
Because they can't use I mean, they're not going to use the current ones, right? Like the first ones.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
He's been
see.
making rounds, man. He was on the bump. You guys see him on the bump?
I did. I watched it live.
Yeah, me too. I like the bump.
I was a big Cody guy when he was on the Indies and things like that. It's my
That's what I'm
friend. I'm
talking
so
about.
happy for that guy, man.
That is your friend.
Yes.
Is that him behind you?
Yeah, Cody. I have so many Cody autographs. He's right there. My Double or Nothing ticket he signed is over there.
What?
Yeah.
Find your ticket.
I was just looking at the
When we had cigars.
when we had the ROH title and he had brown hair. Good times.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember those times. That was a magical time. Brian, I wish we knew you back then, man.
I do too, man.
You could have been coming to the shows with us and just.
You got so it's like status. Like he would recognize you guys if he saw you.
Yeah, he recognized me in Vegas, which I didn't think he would.
Damn.
He was like, "Long time no see, man." I'm like, "You remember me?"
I want to be that close with Cody.
We'll get you there. So Sonya Deville says that she has an opponent for Bianca Belair to face to defend the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca, fighting champion, signs the deal. Drum roll, and Daddy Deville attacks Bianca, and so she's going to be getting an opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship. Yo, Sonya Deville has attacked more black people than high cholesterol. Jesus Christ. Like, what's going on?
I mean,
Damn.
Brandon.
I mean, I didn't really think about that until, Phillip just brought it up. She had a thing with Naomi. Now she got a thing with Bianca.
Which I'm so pissed that thing didn't go to WrestleMania, man. That's where it should have ended. Some random match on SmackDown.
Knowing everything that happened at WrestleMania, though, it probably would have gotten cut or it wouldn't have mattered.
Bro, they had a 4-hour pre-show. Like, come on, bro. Did I really need to see the New Day and Sheamus and Holland? No, that could have been on the pre-show.
It's true. It probably would have been longer on the pre-show too.
Yeah, they got cut for night one. Jesus Christ! Like, they could have given 12 minutes on the pre-show.
They had DJ Valentino Khan performing in the stadium during the entire pre-show.
Who?
Yeah, he's no DJ Snake, bro.
Definitely no DJ Snake.
Yeah. So I mean, Daddy DeVille just doing her thing, huh?
Mm-hmm. Used to be underrated. Now she's adequately rated. I think people understand the ratedness.
I don't like how they changed. I don't like how they changed her music. Doesn't work for me.
Oh, names are okay, but music—that's where we draw the line.
I mean, well, music gets you hyped. Like when you hear "It's time to play the game," you're like, "Oh!" When I used to hear Sonny's music, I'm like, "Okay, some issues about to go down." I don't feel that way anymore.
I don't like how she was talking down to scrap daddy Adam Pearce, saying he's old and if he could have done this, but he's just too old and decrepit. Don't talk about Adam Pearce like that. If Adam Pearce was gonna step to Roman last year, but he knew better. He drew a line. He was a professional, and he knew Roman didn't want none.
I really wanted
scrap daddy.
I really wanted to see that match. I wanted to see it so bad.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm like, bro, he has to wrestle at some point. He has to.
I mean, if John Laurinaitis can main event a pay-per-view in like his 50s, I think Adam Pearce can have a match in his 40s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he still looks like he's in good shape. So I don't know. We'll see. Theory, just Theory.
Now that is one name change.
Yeah,
I was having a hard time with.
Yeah, you see, I'll agree with this one. We talked about it on Within the Ropes, which is debuting tonight.
Oh, it's actually a thing again. I thought it was
we recorded. It is back, man.
So it's not just a Twitter account anymore. It's an actual podcast.
No, since a 6-month hiatus, we're back, man.
Yes,
came back for the baby. Look at that.
Yeah,
back in full effect.
Before Charlie graduated college, man, it's crazy. the new Doom is back.
Yes.
They call me Hacksaw Phil Reed. You didn't know that?
Yeah. This
is Tron Simmons right here. Yes. That's Brandon Long right there. Yes.
Holla.
This is what we do. Am I going one-on-one with the Undertaker playing?
Oh
you keep messing around about these names. Watch out.
We're gonna be in a 6-man tag now, huh, player?
Yep.
All right, it's the Mac Militant. We're gonna bring it up. No, but Theory, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Riddle, okay. It doesn't sound terrible. Theory, no, absolutely not. What did I say? They could have kept Theory, but they could have made it a first name, given him Austin Theory is a 2-name person. I don't know. I don't know why.
I'm gonna deal with it because I'm an Austin Theory fan and he's a future WWE champion, but I don't know how far you're gonna get with just the name Theory.
When Pretty Deadly walked out as I'm watching NXT, I didn't know how far they were gonna get, but obviously they won the tag team championships.
That's right. Yes, boy.
Yes, let's get rid of Theory. Veer came again and he decimated Dominic Mysterio. Yeah.
Or Ray.
Umaga.
Ray was supposed to be there and he was injured or something. I don't know.
Something happened. I don't know.
He was a 3-in protocol.
Yep, that's about it. Brian, tell us about NXT 2.0.
NXT 2.0 was great. It's one of my favorite shows. I'm glad I get to talk about it and present it, to the casters. Mandy Rose was set. It was a championship night on this lovely Tuesday for NXT 2.0. Mandy Rose was set to defend the NXT Women's Championship with that brand new white strap and that splash of 2.0 color, defending it against Dakota Kai. Dakota came up short. I mean, let's be honest. They're pushing Mandy all the way up there. They know that Toxic Attraction is the attraction. I don't know where this leaves Dakota Kai. Brandon, did you see this match? What do you think about Mandy?
I will be straight
again?
up. I have not watched NXT in a long time. The only thing I be seeing is thirsty TikToks about Nikita Lyons. And sometimes I'll see some fan cam footage. I saw they last week they booed Cameron Grimes' dead father. So stay classy, NXT. That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Go back to Full Sail, bro. Jesus Christ, this is not fun.
That crowd be saying anything, by the way, during the show. It's like, what are you guys talking about? But yeah, okay. Well, Mandy Rose is still the champ. Yes. Toxic Attraction still strong.
Shout out GG.
Shout out GG. Okay, we got new NXT Tag Team Champions after they were relinquished by Wesley.
What happened?
So, there were accusations.
You haven't been here for that. Yeah, no, honestly, man, what are your thoughts on that?
So at first I was reading close into it, like when it happened. I remember Kimberly had put out her statement and said that if he had 24 hours or so to respond or say something about it, otherwise she was going to tell the world. And then she kind of backpedaled on it, and then they won. MSK won the tag title, so I'm like, okay, all must be well then. Like WWE must be cool. Maybe she is lying. I've seen a lot of, there's detectives and doctors and all type of stuff on Twitter. Everyone was saying she's lying. So I'm like, okay, if the internet says she's lying, then that must mean she's lying. Well, she puts up these pictures. Didn't really look too. Again, I'm not, I don't know all the specifics, but in my opinion, it just didn't feel right about it. The energy just didn't feel right. But they ended up firing Nash Carter. I've seen different reports on maybe WWE knew about his troubled past before this incident, and this was just the icing on the cake type of thing. And then some, I don't know, there's a whole justice for Nash Carter thing going on online, and people think that obviously he's innocent. It sucks. It sucks for Wes Lee. Sucks for, MSK as a whole. I don't know, man. It's trash.
So did NXT
Terrible.
even try to acknowledge what was going on? They just said
that the titles got relinquished and that there's going to be a gauntlet match to crown the new champions. They didn't say anything about it. They didn't show no recaps. They didn't talk about it at all. And they were supposed to defend the titles against Grayson Waller and Sangha, but they said that the titles had to be relinquished. That's it. And we got new champs, Phillip, as you mentioned just a while ago. Pretty Deadly capturing the titles after the Creed brothers pretty much wiped out everybody else in the tournament or in the gauntlet.
So that was my first time seeing really both of these teams. The Creed brothers are excellent. I love the singlets, love the shooter mentality. Pretty Deadly. I'm a fan.
Yes, boy.
I'm a fan.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy. That could be derogatory. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I felt weird. I felt weird saying it on Twitter yesterday.
Speaking of derogatory, did you see my tweet, bro, about the Wu-Tang Clan?
I did.
Did you see that? I was like,
I've never heard
hey,
anyone call it by that. It's just Wu-Tang.
I was like, hey, yo. Never a dull moment at a crispy, crunchy chicken, ladies and gentlemen.
I like crispy crunchy chicken, actually.
Fire.
Debating on if I want to have that at the baby shower.
Never had it. I see it by the gas station on Hesperian all the time, and I make a joke that, gas station chicken, we should try some. But apparently, it's a real thing. It's pretty good. So I guess it's
good, man.
No, bro, the biscuits, the honey, and especially the blueberry make you want to slap your mama.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. But Pretty Deadly are the tag team champions. Right call. Creed brothers look strong. They were exhausted. They went through all the other teams. And Cameron Grimes, he retained the North American Championship over Solo Sikoa after interference from Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, who I guess is making it clear that he is not finished and not done and wants to run it back to recapture the NXT North American Championship, which I thought he was done with. I thought that he was going to go after the NXT title, but with the wishy-washiness because I thought after Ziggler won at Stand and Deliver, I thought he was I was like, perfect. Ziggler's going to trend. He's going to give it to Carmelo now, but then Braun ended up winning it back on the Raw after Mania. And then I thought Gunther was going to win it. I was like, they're putting him against Gunther. Okay, Gunther's going to win it, but then he lost the match. Now Gunther's on SmackDown. So yeah, Melo wants to run it back. Phillip, you mentioned on Within the Ropes last night that you don't think that he should have even lost in the first place.
Who?
Melo shouldn't have lost the.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should have lost the title. I mean, what better way to solidify him as a great North American champion than challenging 4 different gentlemen to a ladder match and beating all of them?
Mm-hmm. It would have been perfect.
Yeah, he should have got that big moment, and then honestly, you could have did what they did with the NXT title possibly on a Raw and have Cameron Grimes win it there.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
And then of course we had a sit down, what was supposed to be a sit down with Nikita Lyons. And Lash Legend just came out of nowhere and gave her a big boot and made her basically fall like backwards in her chair.
Yes.
And it looks like
Lions roar.
It looks like Nikita and Lash Legend, their little feud they got going on isn't over. I asked you last night, Phillip, had you seen the match on NXT from last week? It was a really good match.
I did. I actually did watch that match. I watched a little bit of NXT last week, and it wasn't a complete disaster like I thought it would be. So props to them.
Nikita Lyons is in the. She's in the new Mark Wahlberg movie.
She is. I've seen that.
Yes.
Everywhere, man.
Father Stew, right? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Father Stew, something like that. Go check it out. Shout out Nikita Lyons.
Yes.
All right, Brandon, let's go to AEW Dynamite.
All right, so let's start it from the top, which means the main event. We got the ROH TV title on the line. Minoru Suzuki defending against Samoa Joe. They teased that there would be an overrun, a little bit of an overrun, not too much, but Samoa Joe wins the ROH TV title against Minoru Suzuki, the one ROH title that has eluded him. Two old grizzled veterans just attacking each other. They chopped for like 5 straight minutes. Would have meant a whole lot more if there was like not 2 other matches that kind of did the same thing to start their matches. But I thought it was a good match. Good moment for Joe. Still kind of getting his sea legs under him. But the whole match has just kind of been overshadowed by the ending where Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal were at ringside. Then they come out, lights off, lights on gimmick. Giant Indian fellow he played basketball, first Indian guy drafted in the NBA, attacks Samoa Joe. No one cared. Commentators tried their best. Tony Schiavone putting him over about his accolades. But so Samoa Joe gonna wrestle this big Indian dude with Jay Lethal and whatever. Maybe this is a way to get the title off Joe and he can just go off and, be in ROH, was kind of like AEW's developmental at this point. But I think it was just kind of a weak ending to AEW, which overall I thought was a pretty good show in general.
I swear to God, I thought it was Kali, bro. I was like, oh my God, no. I almost had a heart attack. So I guess Vince isn't the only one that likes big men.
Beefy, meaty men.
Yeah. Why, dude? Like, how long has this dude been training? Like, what, 6 months, maybe?
Apparently, I guess the word is that they debuted him because of the new deal with Euro Sports or something, some deal that they have, and that they were expecting huge social media numbers with this. So,
and did they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Next.
To kick off Dynamite, we had CM Punk take on Penta Oscuro, and CM Punk gets the win, continues to train, keeps on moving towards an AEW title match, whatever company we're in, not ROH, we're in AEW right now. So CM Punk looking like he's probably going to face whoever wins the Adam Cole, Adam Page match, which once again, they barely even talked about. The match was fine. I think there might have been a little lost in translation. CM Punk kind of messed up some sort of move. He was selling the knee. So I think he did a really good job selling the knee, but it was also kind of like a sloppy match, which might have been by design, but not CM Punk's best matches that he's had kind of post MJF.
I haven't seen
it. Great analysis.
I liked it. I even tweeted during it that, Punk, even though it wasn't his best, feels like Punk again, man. It feels like CM Punk. It's so cool seeing him wrestle. It's just regular. It's normal. It gives me hope that one day he'll return to WWE. Oh, never mind.
Hey, man.
The internet
Hart came back.
Well, the internet's telling me John Moxley's going to go back to WWE, which I don't understand where the hell that came from. But sure, I mean,
because Sasha invited him back. That's where that came from. She tweeted like, "Hey, come back."
Sasha Banks is the one who tweets like every other week that she's leaving, but then she thanks Vince McMahon, and that's the whole thing.
Yo.
Well, yes, we should all thank Vince McMahon. Oh my God, the great Khali's on my screen. I have to turn this off.
Zelina Vega also thanked Vince McMahon.
As you should. You should always thank Vince McMahon. I don't understand what's wrong with you guys.
You don't think John Moxley would go back to
Dude,
WWE?
they all come back.
No, I mean
As John
not right,
Moxley?
not right now. He would
Not right now,
maybe in
okay.
like a few years,
They all
you know,
come back.
cash in the Legends deal, have like a Shield reunion,
Legends deal.
but not like you know in the tail end of the prime of his
So
career.
when we're capitalizing on like the 2012 nostalgia, that's when he comes back.
Exactly. Right now, we're still in the Attitude Era, kind of ruthless aggression. So in like 10 years,
So
when-
does he come back as Dean Ambrose or John Moxley?
That
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
his thing. He might be like, hey, I don't want that name. That might be his thing.
I mean, I don't hate the name Dean Ambrose. It's fine.
Oh, that name change was okay.
Well, I mean that he kept it throughout his entire WWE run. They didn't change it to Ambrose
Or Dean?
or Dean.
I mean, yeah.
You do. I do find it funny that all the like top tier people in WWE only have two names. There's really like not a lot of like one name people who have elevated themselves to that main event.
I'm surprised Dolph Ziggler isn't Dolph or just Ziggler. The Austin Theory threw me off. I'm sorry. The Theory threw me off.
It's not.
That's like renaming Dolph Ziggler to Ziggler.
It's not one of the finer moments.
Hey, did anybody say anything though about Cesaro and his name change?
Cesaro?
No, and
he was-
Miro. Cesaro and Miro, kind of the same thing.
Well, have you seen Cesaro's like his what's going to be his indie name?
CSRO.
Like Claudio Cesaro. Yeah.
Where is Miro?
We talk about Claudio Castagnoli just rolls right off the tongue.
Claudio Castagnoli.
Cannoli. Holy cannoli.
Holy Foley? Whatever happened to that show?
Wow, I love
Great
that show,
show.
man.
Great show.
Shout out to the old WWE network.
Shout out Noel.
Shout out Noel.
Shout out Noel.
Yeah, let's
And
keep
Frank the
going.
Clown.
I hate
Oh,
that.
I took a picture with Brock Lesnar guy. I had to post it.
I took pictures with the Brock Lesnar guy too.
It's my
Who's
first
the
time
Undertaker guy? I haven't seen him like at all. Is he still around? Does he still think?
But once the streak ended, he left. He goes.
He does. We're talking about the guy was like
Yeah,
this.
the black dude. Yeah,
He does Twitter Spaces every now and then.
that's what's up. So you met the Brock Lesnar guy. How was that?
I did. It was a little awkward because I didn't know if he wanted to, like, I approached him and I was like, Brock Lesnar guy. And he was like, hey, and it was one of those things where I went to fist bump him, but he took his hand out and then I went to put my hand out and he fist bumped. And then it was just like,
And then we did a
I took
stick
it-
shift.
Oh,
I was like,
no.
I was like, can I get a picture? He was like, yeah, sure. And then
Did
I
he have
took
on the
a
shirt? He had on the
selfie.
gimmick?
He had on the shirt. Yep. And I took a picture, but then he took a picture with somebody else and they were doing the thing. I was like, dang, I didn't do the thing with them, man.
I didn't do the thing either. It's
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
I did the Triple H the point.
So now I got to
Okay.
meet him and do the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Got it.
It'll be a double or nothing.
Oh, I'll
So-
keep an eye out, double or nothing, see if he's there.
Might have to make a trip.
I mean, my hotel's right next to the arena, so I'm just gonna scope out the arena for the first hour and a half just with binoculars, see if I can see him.
See that shirt?
And as soon as I see the shirt, I'm running down the lobby and I'm gonna go.
You
Gonna go
just
get
jump
him.
off the balcony.
Wait,
Yep.
You guys really going to double or nothing?
Hey, you went to WrestleMania. You can't be spoiled now.
Oh, I will say, I will say this. I think there might be a couple of public enemies in the building for double or nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told me that they plan on going to double or nothing.
What does he think about you being here?
It doesn't
He
Oh.
matter.
loves it. He loves it. Loves it.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm the greatest thing going on this show.
Let's finish AEW. Jesus Christ.
It's a championship week in AEW, so we had an AEW tag title match with Jurassic Express defending against Red Dragon. Jurassic Express successfully retains. Once again, good match. I didn't realize that Red Dragon only had like 2 matches in AEW as an actual tag team.
Me
But
neither. When I saw that, I was confused.
I guess it's been like a lot of 6-man tags with Adam Cole and multi-man matches. But Jurassic Express gets the win. Red Dragon kind of beats him up afterwards. Could have, further the feud along, but then FTR comes out, So it's looking like, possibly we're getting FTR taking on Jurassic Express, and they're just going to be the belt collectors.
I like that.
Jurassic Express is wrestling their ass off. I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud of Tony Khan.
Wrestling their ass off, jumping Jack Perry.
That's one name change that Jim Ross is just trying to get over.
Yeah, you see?
One of these days, I mean,
Jungle Man Jack.
He can't be Jungle Boy when he's like 37.
The Young Bucks are like 37, and they're still young bucks. Shawn Michaels is a heartbreak kid, and he's almost ready for AARP. So, like, what do you want?
Hey, he's going to be Jungle Boy forever.
Bow Wow. Oh no, he took the Lil out. Never mind.
Lil Wayne is still Lil. Like,
hey, don't be talking about Lil Wayne now, Philip. We don't want to go down that road again.
We will go down that road again. What? I'll talk about him. I'll talk about Chappelle. I don't care. I finally watched a full episode of the Dave Chappelle Show.
Did you like it?
It was life changing, wasn't it? That depends. What episode was it?
It was like the first episode where he's just throwing the N-word, that hard R, just galore, and I'm like, this is.
Have you seen the Clayton Bigsby episode?
Like, this is so degrading.
That's a great episode.
No, this is degrading. This is not amusing. See, that Dave Chappelle is the reason why people feel it's okay to say the N-word. Yeah, I went there. I said it.
Yeah,
I said it. MJF lost. MJF lost, right?
MJF did lose. MJF had a match against Captain Sean Dean, and Wardlow destroys all the security, and MJF just happens to be at the exact place where Wardlow was dressed in security, had a mask on, being safe. Love to see it. And then he tries to. Well, he goes after MJF, doesn't get his hands on him till security gets him. Yada yada. MJF gets counted out, so Sean Dean's like 3-0 against MJF and Sean Spears. Boom. We do a promo later, and now we're kind of moving on to the next aspect of the story, to where now MJF is going to be booking wrestlers against Wardlow to try to take him down. So first man up is the Butcher, and then he makes a weird noise. Bah!
5 labors of Wardlow.
What it sounded like. I mean,
he did go.
It was very weird.
I've never seen the Butcher though. He's no threat to Wardlow. Come on, MJF always puts the weakest guys up against whoever he's feuding with. His best guy was Wardlow. He has nobody else.
I was trying to think of like who could it be? I mean,
if Miro was around, that'd be nice. He could sick Miro on him.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of a good like step up for Wardlow, because he's had like a lot of squash matches, so now he can kind of have squash matches with bigger quote unquote names. So like Butcher, he can do, I don't know, Powerhouse Hobbs, or some of the other bigger guys. Because Double or Nothing's month and a half, so 6 weeks away. So, you still got some time. So, 2-3 weeks of filler, and then you can really ramp it up if they are going to have that match at Double or Nothing.
Yeah. All that stuff. Yeah. And
MJF's as good as gone. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. See, I knew this moment was coming once Wardlow debuted.
Yep. Finally, Philip's best friend, Chris Jericho, had a match.
Whoa.
Sorry, just friend. Don't want to put labels.
We're not there yet.
Okay, just friends. Chris Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society, with him, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia, take on Santana Ortiz and Kingston. Eddie Kingston, JAS wins with some shenanigans. Then we get a big old beatdown. So continuing this feud, I don't know if Kingston and Pride and Power are going to get some friends and have like a big
blood old and guts
5-on-5 match. But yeah, I mean, crowd was super. I mean, the crowd was hot pretty much the entire show, because this has been like a pre-pandemic show that's been pushed back until now. So this crowd has been waiting for the show, and they really did like themselves some Eddie and Santana Ortiz.
Yeah, they were in Louisiana, Ricky Starks' hometown. They were hot for Starks. So yeah.
Do you guys see the little after show thing they did with like Danhausen, Blackpool Combat Club, Ricky Starks?
Yep.
It was a fun time.
No, I did not see that.
Danhausen cursed William Regal. It was amazing.
Of course. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Who do we got?
That's interesting.
I'm giving it to Carmella, Corey Graves, and Alexa Bliss. Happy. I don't even know what to say. I'm just
happy wedding.
Happy wedding.
Even though Alexa didn't get married to Corey and Carmella, 2 separate weddings. Corey and Carmella got married, and then Alexa married Ryan, whatever his name is.
Ryan Cabrera. Happy lifetime of happiness to the newlyweds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I'm gonna give it to.
Give it to Austin Theory's name change.
I'll give it to Austin Theory's name change.
Theory. Just Theory is the name of this episode. It's fantastic.
Theory.
Theory.
Paige has been added back to WWE Superstar list on their website. I don't know if that's
okay.
I don't know if she's
Paige,
been there. I don't know if she's Paige. She's
Paige. Where's Oscar? Oscar hasn't been seen in like 274 days.
Yeah.
Same as Bailey. Or Oscar hasn't been seen in like 289. My bad.
Bailey.
She was at an indie show out here. Should have won.
Where's Shotzi?
Is Shotzi?
Where's Xia Li?
Where are all these women at?
Natalya left to go to NXT.
Good.
Beating up Cora Jade, the Sky Blue of NXT.
You mean Sky Blue's the Cora Jade of AEW?
I mean,
yeah. You have a promo or Superstar Spotlight? You?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, me. We'll give it to Jurassic Express because, as people have said, they're wrestling their ass off.
Wrestling their asses off. Yeah.
Yes.
Even though they're not Jurassic Express, they were just called Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So maybe they dropped that. But
it is
name changes. Too many name changes on this show.
Too many name changes on the show. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. All right, promo pick, match pick, whatever you people want. Game related for West Coast Pros tomorrow night. Brandon and I will be in attendance. Come say what's up. You got Bandito versus Jacob Fatu for the West Coast Pro title. What else you got? You got Akira versus Vinny Massaro. Titus Alexander is going up against Mike Bailey. You got Levi Shapiro against AJ Gray. Kevin Blackwood versus Minoru Suzuki. Yuji Nagata versus Davey Richards, which is going to be fire. And then Masha Slamovich will be in action as well.
Wish I had a ticket.
She's actually going up against Debbie Malenko. So yeah, it's going down on the coast. It's going down in the coast.
Wish I could go.
You're not going?
I wasn't able to secure a ticket.
Oh yeah. Isn't Baby Huber going? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Thank you guys so much. I know this was a long one, but we had a lot to talk about. Brian, congratulations. We're glad you're back, and we will be seeing you in person here. Was it in about 2 weeks?
Yep, 2 weeks.
Yep. To welcome the new Mr. Cook. What's the baby? So what's the baby's name?
Zaire King Cook.
All right, you didn't want to name him Phillip. That's cool. That's fine. I just welcomed you onto my show with open arms, saved you from obscurity.
I mean, King. That's you're king, Phillip.
I mean, more like a god, but all right. All right, thank you. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Stay clean, stay strong, stay safe. We the ones. Yes, sir.
Every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We in the radio, it's wrestling. Time's aggression. Here is the feeling in the pool. Get the lesson. And if you want to prove it to you now, here's the feeling in the time and everything that we did. Listen to the senators connecting it. Moving on everything that's pronouncing it. Everything we